I'm Sarah Webb, I'm a teacher from Worcestershire, and for the last 7 months I've been taking part in an electric car trial. The main concern when I started driving the iMiEV was how far I'd actually be able to travel on a full tank of electric fuel. Originally we were given the range of 70 miles, however in the winter months when we started it would get much less distance out of it. So you do tend to drive for the first couple of months with your eye on the fuel gauge, watching the dashes go down to check whether you're going to run out. You do get used to it, but it does take a while before you really have that faith in the car that it is going to get you from A to B without breaking down. Instead of having to queue for what could be quite a while in the petrol station, instead I just come home, plug in the lead into the car, and then it goes into the charge point in the garage and is left in the drive to get on with it. The only disadvantage to that, of course, is that if you do want to go anywhere in a hurry, you can't. You're grounded for the next considerable amount of hours until the car has charged fully. One of the weird quirks about driving an electric car is that you don't actually hear it, apart from the occasional whir of the motor as you go along. This again takes some getting used to. Originally I would stop at traffic lights and panic that I'd broken down as you couldn't hear a sound, and find myself just edging forward to check it was still going to go somewhere. You also do tend to shock the occasional pedestrian or cyclist who can't hear you coming up behind them, so it is something definitely to be aware of. In terms of the driving experience, the iMiEV has been a great little city car. It nips in and out of gaps when you want it to, and will hit 70 and 80 miles an hour on the motorway. However, you do have to be aware that at driving at speeds like that your power is not going to last for long, so it's really only a junction or two and then that's it. Okay, here I am off on my journey to school, 7 miles there, and as you can see, very little noise to be heard as we're driving. Currently I'm driving the car in eco mode, which means that as I'm only in residential areas and not hitting very high speeds, I can conserve plenty of fuel. When I go out onto the open road, I'll move it out into the drive mode, which means that my speeds will get faster, and the car will change its fuel economy accordingly. All in all, one of the biggest benefits of the trial has definitely been the money that I've saved being away from the petrol pumps for so long, so that's been a great success story really. However, the price tag attached to the iMiEV now, which will still total £33,000, despite the government's new grant that they've decided to honour, is really just a step too far for someone on a teacher's salary. So at the end of the trial we will be going back to my Super Mini KA.